Hello everyone, this is Hyrule here, and as you probably guessed from the title, this is a new discussion after the E3 hype has stabilized. So yeah, you probably noticed the new logo on a new banner on the channel and the new intro, and you'll already see the new outro soon at the end of this video. So yeah, hope you guys will enjoy this discussion, so let's get started. Well, hello guys, it's Hyrule here, and today I'm with the one and only Zeltik. So thank you, Zeltik, for being here today.
No problem.
So first of all, I want to talk about the trailer. There's just the trailer of the game. It's amazing. I don't know about you, but I've seen the direction video. It was
Yeah, it's amazing. Basically, my thoughts on the trailer are, it's not like the other Zelda trailers we've seen. Like the trailers for games like Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask, they all had this, and Twilight Princess as well, all had this epic Conan music playing, and it always had flames and this epic text and everything, and it was all, this epic adventure basically. And then Breath of the Wild comes along with this completely different trailer. It's a lot more calm and tranquil, but I think that fits the game a lot better because it doesn't try to sell itself as this epic fantasy game on the surface, although I hope there is some sort of epic moments in it. But on the surface, it's just sort of a exploration game in a ruined land in a post-apocalyptic world.
yeah. Actually, that's totally the thing. That same thing. I think the same thing. I agree with you. That's actually the trailer. When I see it at first, I was like at home alone, just not really. I wasn't recording, but I was just jumping around. I was like, oh my god. It wasn't action. It wasn't focused on the action like you said. It was more like it's like the game. It's exploration. It's be free, get the freedom of all this game, all the world, and it's really something. I've never felt that before when another trailer like you said. It's the first time I ever did, and I guess the first time is the best. But yeah, this game is gonna be amazing. I'm sure it's gonna be amazing. I don't have any doubt about that. So yeah.
The main theme as well. What did you think about that?
Yeah. The theme was amazing.
Beautiful.
As a musician, it was really beautiful. I'm surely looking on music sheets for the trailer's music, so I can actually play it. It's a really amazing song, and yeah, I want to talk about something because there's a guy I've seen on YouTube comment. I don't remember where, but he talked about maybe the shrines are gonna get repetitive because there's only 7 runes or something. But I don't really agree with that because actually there's gonna be also gonna be shrines that are focused on combat and fighting instead of just puzzles. Because I've seen the Game Explain interview. I don't know if you've seen it. The interview with the Treehouse, one of the Treehouse guys. It's Nate, I think, on Game Explain. I don't know if you've seen it.
Yeah, I've seen that one.
Yeah. So yeah, he was talking about when he just went into a shrine and just walked back out already. Just imagine going in a shrine, the Sheikah guy in the middle right there, and you just go in an empty room and just 2 guardians popping up, bang, and you have to fight them. Yeah, it's just gonna be like, oh my god, okay, I'm just going nope.
Because we've only seen little guardians in shrines at the moment, and that's presumably because all the shrines we've seen are like beginner shrines or like tutorial shrines or whatever. But if it's true that the big guardians are also of Sheikah design, that means we could see those and other giant shit in shrines as well. So it could actually it could become quite taxing.
Oh my god, yeah, that would be amazing. All we've seen is fighting a guardian on a horse and shooting the arrow in the air, but on foot maybe it's gonna be more difficult. So,
yeah,
I don't know about that, but
every time I've seen someone in the gameplay footage find the guardian in the Eastern Abbey, the one that's sort of half buried, so it can't move, it can only shoot.
Yeah.
I've never seen someone go there and live.
It's always you go there, you die. It's a death wish. Oh man. And I don't know if you've noticed it in the gameplay, but there's also a rune that we haven't seen it. We haven't seen what it is yet. I don't know if you've because I know there's the magnet one, the 2 bombs. There's the stasis one, and the ice one, and then there's a block right there that we haven't seen. There's a slot right there that we haven't seen yet. and the last one is amiibo, of course. But I just wonder what it. I'll probably make a video about it, but I just wonder what it is. And
so there's bombs, magnesis, crisis or cryonis, the freezing one.
Cryonis, yeah.
Amiibo, and then you're saying there's one more that isn't filled.
Yeah. There's one more that we haven't seen what it is yet, and I kind of wonder what it is because it's kind of weird. Because I mean, maybe some people theorize that maybe it's like something for the arrows, the special arrows.
Oh, that's a good idea, because they're definitely Sheikah Tech, the arrows.
Yeah.
With the blue laser stuff. So perhaps something that helps control those, because we haven't actually seen any gameplay where Link has that energy arrow. Obviously, we've seen the one where he's fighting the Guardian on the horse, and obviously E3 2014. But they weren't actually gameplay footage. We couldn't see all the HUD and everything like that.
Yeah. So yeah. Well, that's something I probably want to work on. It's gotta make sure I'm gonna theorize a lot about this, because this is a small thing, but it is a small detail, but it's really interesting to see what could actually be that rune. I don't know.
It's a small detail, but it's important considering that the runes seem to be replacing a lot of the key items in Zelda. Like, it doesn't seem that we'll get a bomb bag or anything, because the Sheikah Slate seems to handle that. Yeah,
sure. At the same time, I'm kind of happy to have infinite bombs in terms of that. I don't want to go in a dungeon or somewhere far away from a shop or something and just run out of bombs and I go back.
I love the idea of having square bombs and round bombs, because Skyward Sword, the bomb rolling was actually really cool in my opinion. The way you had to roll it into certain little holes and stuff to get certain enemies.
Well, that's cool.
I can't remember what they were called. They were those little fire things that sort of hid in holes, and you had to roll bombs in to get them. I can't remember their names.
I don't know what you're talking about.
But I'm glad that bomb rolling's returned, as well as traditional sort of place a bomb, it stays there with square bombs.
Yeah, especially in hills and stuff like that, so it doesn't fall around.
Yeah, exactly.
But well, square bombs, I haven't thought of that before the game. I was like, hey, square bombs, why not? But yeah, I just want to go on something. Speaking of items, do you think we're gonna see items like in classic Zelda games, like Hookshot and Boomerang, or do you think it's gonna be something else, like the Sheikah Slate stuff, runes?
I hope so. The reason I think so is because things like the Hookshot and the Boomerang, I can't quite see how the Sheikah Slate would be able to, recreate their effects. I don't see how you'd use the Sheikah Slate to like a Hookshot, or how you'd throw it like a Boomerang or whatever. The bow is another traditional Zelda item that has come back physically. Obviously there are multiple different bows, like the Boko bow, the Traveler's bow, and everything like that. So hopefully we'll get traditional Hookshot, traditional Boomerang, traditional Zelda items, and they won't all be handled by the Sheikah Slate, because I think that takes away a little bit of character from them. Because it's very cool going into a dungeon, beating the mini-boss and getting an item from a chest, but I think it's less cool just going into a shrine and immediately unlocking an item like that at the very start.
Sure, that's the same. Yeah, I agree. Because I mean, I think the items in Zelda games are like the Hookshot and stuff like that. It's pretty much not a must, but yeah, it's pretty much a must. I mean, for the puzzles and for the game itself, I mean, just having a Hookshot and like you said, the Sheikah Slate, I don't think it's just a slate. It's not really. I mean, the magnet is really impressive though, but and all the skills you can do, but at the same time, Hookshot and Boomerang, I don't know, throwing the slate away and just coming back, I don't know.
When we were going over the runes, we forgot to mention Stasis.
Yeah, Stasis. Yeah,
so I forgot that one. That's probably my favorite rune as well. I think that's the most creative. Like,
I wonder if you can. It's awesome.
The shrine where you get, I think it's the shrine where you get it, where there's big rolling Indiana Jones style boulders, and you have to freeze them so you can walk past. I think that's incredible. And the way when you freeze them and then hit them, they gain momentum. So when you unfreeze, they like fly off. It's crazy.
That's crazy.
I think that's going to be. I think that's going to be one of the things I try when I get the game. I'm going to go find a Bokoblin camp after I've got Stasis, freeze a boulder, hit it loads, and then unfreeze it so it flies towards the camp and takes as many out as I can.
That'd be awesome. And just you see the enemy flies away. I believe I can fly. But yeah, do you think you can actually freeze some enemies in time and just hit them as much as we want, and when the earth freeze, they just go fly away?
I don't actually know if it works on enemies. I hope it does. I've never seen anyone do that in the gameplay.
That'd be cool. Maybe
that would be crazy cool.
Maybe
if
in
you could,
some
though.
enemies.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
No, I'd love it if you could.
Just going for the inventory specifically of all the items and weapons. Where is the cloak? I mean, we just seen this beginning of the game, but I don't know if we have seen it in the trader. Is it in the trader? I don't know if the cloak is in the trader.
The cog.
Yeah, not the thing. Like the cape and the hood.
Oh, cloak.
Yeah,
no,
cloak,
we haven't seen that in the E3 in the E3 2016 stuff at all, as far as I can see.
Yeah.
So presumably you get it some point after the Great Plateau. Because as far as I can remember, the last time we saw that was November 2015 when we got that sort of 15-second thing.
Yeah. I wonder if it's going to be permanent, like as soon as you get it, it's going to replace like the hat of the tunic, or it's just like a part of clothes.
No, I'm pretty sure I'm sure it'll be a part of clothes that will make you harder to detect. Because in the bottom right you get a little sound thing that shows how stealthy you're being. I'm sure that wearing a cloak will, muffle your movement or something like that. It'll add to your stealth.
Yeah, and I wonder if it's going to be different kinds of cloak.
What, like better cloaks?
That'd be better cloaks, yeah. So like more stealth and more...
Chica cloak could have to be like the top one. Because, chic and everything.
The master cloak.
Yeah.
And I wonder if the master sword can transform in master axe and master claymore. And we've seen a cold resistant tunic.
The quilted tunic.
Yeah, and I wonder if we're gonna see a heat resistant tunic or if we're just gonna be like shirtless. I don't know.
I know you can eat stuff to make you heat resistant.
Yeah. Oh well, that's another point.
But I don't know about.
I wonder if
I'm sure you'll be able to get some sort of white clothing or something that'll help you out in the desert.
Yeah, I'm sure because it's gonna be pretty hot in there.
Yeah.
And the iron boots. I mean, the iron boots. Maybe are they gonna be item? It's gonna be like the bottom part of an outfit, or it's gonna be. Is it maybe the armor? Maybe replaced by the armor we've seen in the trailer? I don't know.
No,
I don't know about you.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll be different to the armor in the trailer because the armor in the trailer is obviously for combat, and the iron boots are generally for stopping Link moving under strong winds and helping him sink to the bottom of bodies of water. I'm pretty sure that iron boots will be used in conjunction with some sort of Sheikah Slate rune that will allow him to breathe underwater. Because that's something that I think the Sheikah Slate could actually be used for to replace something like the Zora's Tunic or things like that.
Yeah, maybe give something like, I don't know, something in the something like a Sheikah bubble or something around Link's head so he can actually go and breathe underwater.
Yeah, that sort of thing.
Something, that would be cool actually. That would be maybe the 7th room. I don't know. Maybe it is. Well, we've seen big swords like claymore and big axes, but do you think we can actually get some great shields?
Yeah.
I don't know. That'd be awesome, like a big shield. Like I don't know if you've played Dark Souls, but
great
shields, man, they're big.
I'd love going around with the woodcutter's axe and a great shield. You'd look like such a tank.
That'd be awesome when they're just tanking bosses and go all in. That'd be awesome. And about the upgrades. Well, probably he's gonna work with the materials we find on the world, but is it gonna be like permanent upgrades or maybe both with the temporary upgrades like when they did the same thing with the Eraser Sword in Majora's Mask? Maybe it's gonna be like both of these kinds where you upgrade, I don't know, the Bokugan Club and just go. After a few hits, it's gonna go back to normal or just break anyway. I don't know if it's. And I want unbreakable items. I don't know about you, but I want some of them. Like maybe the ultimate weapon of each kind, so we can actually choose which class of weapons we want to use for the game. Or I know the woodcutter axe is more focused on woodcutting, but it's used for combat too. So I don't know if it's because I would like to have like I said before as a joke, but like the master axe or the master claymore, but maybe just an ultimate weapon so we can actually I don't know, wielding a two-hand weapon for the rest of the game. That'd be awesome. And just be the real tank.
Yeah, I'm confused about how durability will work in conjunction with enhancing making your own items better, you know, crafting and all that. Because it'd suck to spend all your resources making your sword sharper or whatever, and then the first time you use it, it breaks or something like that. That'd suck. Because currently the closest we've got to an unbreakable item, except for presumably the Master Sword, which we can hope is unbreakable, is some items seemingly randomly have a little diamond next to their name, and it's not confirmed, but what people think this means is they think it takes more hits to break it. Sometimes if a bokoblin or whatever will drop an item and it'll sparkle slightly, and then it'll have a little diamond next to their name, and that presumably makes it stronger. What's your favourite item that you've seen in the footage so far?
Good question. I think I actually I kind of like the claymore. I don't know. I like the claymore or the I like two-handed weapons.
Yeah. Have you seen the iron sledgehammer?
Yeah.
It's in one of the shrines. That was so cool. And
that was awesome.
It does massive amounts of damage to Steptalis, the big rock thing.
Yeah.
If you climb up that and hit its ore head thing with a sledgehammer, you'll be able to kill it in like 6 or 7 hits.
Yeah, I'll make sure to use that one. But this item is going to be very strong, even though it's probably the weakest sledgehammer in the game. But I wonder like the biggest weapons, like the strongest weapons, are going to be like. I hope the look is different too. I don't want to be like the same look for every weapon, but this is a really strong weapon. But the claymore, I don't know, and this is because it's big and it's just like. Go smash the ground with it, and same thing with a sledgehammer. Pretty much every two-handed weapon in the game, but claymore, I don't know, because it's a sword, I guess.
Yeah, big ass sword.
But have you seen in the trailer the sword? I think it looks like there's 2 blades on it. I don't know, it's like a V. I don't know if you've seen it.
Yeah,
when he had on the desert.
In the desert when he's fighting the Stalfos bokoblin things, Stalkoblins.
Yeah.
Yes, that sword looks cool.
Yeah, it was also. I was like, oh shit. But yeah.
I wonder what tier of items that is, because a pattern we've seen is items are in tiers. Bottom tier seems to be Boko or Boko items, like the Boko club, shield, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Then above that, you seem to get traveller's items, traveller's bow, traveller's spear, that sort of stuff. Then soldier's items, so soldier's bow. And presumably the armour we saw when Link was fighting Steptalis and he was fighting some choo-choos as well in the trailer.
Yeah.
That's presumably soldier's armour. Yeah.
Yeah. And maybe I don't know about maybe the better ones, but maybe like the hero's sword, the hero's hero's shield, stuff like that. Maybe I don't know. They're just maybe the best one is gonna be called like that. I don't know, but yeah, that's actually maybe like Elite Knight sword, Elite Knight, or just Knight, or I don't know, maybe it's King Sword. We'll never know. Okay, I know we'll probably know it when the game releases. But I want to talk about something. I just forgot it. When you mentioned the weapons in the game. We know there's gonna be shops and stuff, but I mean. I know it's gonna be a real long time before it happens, but if I actually find all the Traveler's Sword in the world,
right,
in the overworld, because there's a limited number of chests, you know. So maybe unless they regenerate, but I don't think so. But if I'll find all the one type of sword or one type of weapon, I'm not gonna be able to buy another one at a shop for the same price just because I don't know, I want to collect everything, or I just I know for whatever reason where it's like you run out of sword, you run out of sword. Because I mean, if you break all your weapons, you're pretty much stuck with no weapons unless you can actually buy some weapons. So I'm sure you can actually buy some stuff, but I don't know if you.
I think
I don't know.
I don't think we've seen it happen in the gameplay so far, but I'm pretty sure there'll be monsters that drop better weapons, because obviously the only monsters we've seen drop weapons at the moment are the Stealthos with the little arm you can use as a weapon. Have you seen that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was
if
awesome.
you kill the skeleton bokoblins,
awesome.
yeah, it like crawls on your back, and obviously bokoblins dropping boko weaponry. But I presume when you get further in the game, there'll be things that drop better weapons, so I don't think you'd have to worry about running out of all the swords in the game.
Because I'd be like, oh no, I don't have weapons, I'm stuck.
Yeah.
No, I'm sure it's gonna be weapons. That's pretty much sure, and and that would be really stupid to.
I've just got a picture in my head of like, did you play GoldenEye on the Nintendo 64?
Yeah, I did.
You know, when you run out of ammo and that, and you have to use slappers.
You go to the big bosses, step Talus, and just go slap him.
Take on Ganon with slappers only.
But that'd be cool is if we could actually like punch enemies if we don't. As I know when we don't have a weapon and Link just goes on his back and like, oh, nothing. But I wonder if it'd be cool if you just punch enemies. Like it's the weakest attack ever, but just just to push enemies, or maybe just push the enemies so you can actually free the way, so you can go and flee if you don't have any weapons. But I don't know, it's just a detail like that, but that's actually not really a big deal.
No, I think that'd be cool.
But that'd be cool though. Do you think for the Master Sword, do you think it's gonna be like the most powerful weapon of the game?
I'm almost convinced it'll be the strongest. Almost 100%
or it's gonna
sure.
be like I'm on that side too.
Yeah.
But do you think it's actually, or well, maybe it's gonna be like maybe not the strongest weapon, but it's gonna be because maybe there's gonna be ultimate weapons, but stronger than the Master Sword, but breakable. Or do you think the Master Sword is gonna be the ultimate weapon of the game? So.
Well, I'm sure the Master Sword will probably be the best item all round, but I wouldn't be surprised if there was higher damage weapons. Like for example, in Ocarina of Time, you've got Big Goron's sword, which is twice as strong as the Master Sword, but you can't use a shield if you use it, and obviously you can't deliver the final blow to Ganon. So I'm pretty sure if there is weapons that are stronger than the Master Sword, like in damage output or whatever, they'll have disadvantages, like you won't be able to kill Ganon with it at the end of the game, or they'll break, or you won't be able to use a shield with them, or that sort of thing.
Yeah, because I mean that would be like one of the features of the game is to find weapons pretty much everywhere, and if you have the strongest weapon, there would be no point to find weapons on the ground. So
hopefully Master Sword sort of later on in the game. Yeah,
I'm sure there's gonna be like a downside of the Master Sword, or maybe like you said, there's gonna be stronger weapons that can break, but I'm sure we're gonna see something like a big Claymore, stronger than the Claymore we've seen so far, and maybe the Sledgehammer too, or I don't know. What if Link can just shoot dual blade weapons? That'd be awesome.
Yeah,
I know shield but two blades, and go like a ninja all around.
Yeah,
that'd be awesome. I have something else I wanted to say too. Just looking at my notes. It's if we talk about crafting, maybe what do you think, if there's crafting in the game, how do you think it's gonna work actually?
I'm not sure how it was going to work, obviously, because we haven't really seen any. But one detail I do know is there are certain items you can get currently in Breath of the Wild, most of them being minerals and precious jewels that seem to have some sort of implication that they'll be used with crafting. For example, rubies, they're dropped by Step Talus, and you can get them in chests or from mining. They say in their description that they hold the properties of fire or something like that. So, and the same with, I can't remember which mineral it is or which jewel it is. There's one that has the properties of electricity and so on. So I'm pretty sure that jewels like rubies and emeralds and sapphires and everything will be able to be used in some way to enhance a weapon or give a weapon a certain element's effect. For example, if you use a ruby on your sword, somehow, that will give your sword fire damage, that sort of thing. I'm pretty sure that's how it's going to work.
Yeah, like infusing your weapon with an element.
Exactly. You phrased it a lot better than me.
Well, I just thought of that because I played Dark Souls, so...
yeah.
When you infuse with
There's a
weapon
lot of
with
Dark Souls
fire.
sort of stuff in Breath of the Wild, which is cool.
It really makes me reminds me of Dark Souls, actually. I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, it seems harder than any of all the other Zelda games.
Oh yeah, it seems pretty
to be the
unforgiving.
hardest one.
If you don't really know what you're doing, it seems
for
you're
the
gonna
3D
die.
games,
Like,
at least.
yeah, like don't fuck with the Guardians at all until you're strong enough.
Yeah, I'm probably still gonna go and try, but I'm gonna.
Oh yeah, have a go.
I'll make sure to die as fast as I can. So
yeah.
maybe and the well, when you're about, like I said, crafting, I've seen rupees, because I've seen there's a guy, I don't remember who it is, but there's a guy who uploaded a video on YouTube when he played the game at E3, and he found a rupee near a guardian at the Temple of Time, here on the ground. Like, it wasn't visible, it was like sparkling and everything, and just press A and a 50 rupees.
That was
right
that was from some sort of promotion Nintendo did in France, and some sort of French news team. They were playing. It's near the Temple of Time. There's a guardian that you can search, and usually it seems to give an ancient cog or an ancient spring or something like that. But it seems there might be a random chance that it gives rupees because they got a purple rupee from it.
Yeah, maybe. Oh yeah, maybe that is. You can loot some stuff. Yeah, that's great. I didn't thought about that. I just thought it was like, oh, there's a rupee there. Because maybe when I'm gonna play, I'm gonna be, hey, there's no rupee here. But yeah.
But most of them apparently come from selling things to NPCs.
Yeah, sure. So it's gonna be like when you sell the materials, and I don't know, maybe you can sell food. I guess you can sell pretty much everything, I guess.
Yeah, that sort of stuff. Especially like the stuff you get from Step Talus, rubies, that sort of stuff.
Yeah,
Opals.
it's gonna be like a lot of value. But about the inventory, I'm sure we're gonna get some sort of upgrade, because there's not a lot of slots for weapons, and I mean, I think there's 10, 12, I don't remember the number of slots, or maybe 8, I don't remember. It's around that number. Not too sure, but I'm sure there's gonna be like some sort of upgrade about that, because, well, we know there's gonna be an upgrade for the stamina, because it's been confirmed by I think it's Nate in the gameplay interview. He said there's gonna be like classic upgrade for the stamina. Sorry, my dog just barked.
Don't worry about it.
And yeah, so maybe some upgrades about the inventory, because I don't want to like drop weapons every time I just go for a new one, and I'm like no space in my inventory. Kind of sucks sometimes, but
yeah, like when you get another, it's like when you get a purple rupee or a yellow rupee or whatever when you've already got a full wallet.
Yeah.
Sorry, not yellow, like gold or silver rupee, something like that.
Yeah, especially in that chess room in the final castle in the Twilight Princess, when you get like there's a lot of chests and you're like,
oh yeah,
wallet's full. God damn it. But the secret one was like, hey, what is this room? There's like so many chests. I'm like, okay, great, and I can open half of them. I'm like, okay. Why not? I just use the armor and just standing in front of the chest, waiting for my rupees to drop down, and then go and just okay, I'll open it now. But yeah, the only thing that was, well, there was a thing when I played the Skyward Sword. That was well, I'm the kind of player, so I don't know if it's the same for you, but I wasn't using the shield because I didn't want to break them. I don't know why. I was like, oh, I don't want to break my shield because I was upgrading it, and I want to lose it. So maybe if it would become unusable, but still there, and you can just repair it. But as soon as it breaks. I'm like, no, I upgraded it all the way to the end, and I have to start again.
I love the goddess shield. I think that's what it was called. You know, the sort of purpley one with it's got a tiny stamina bar, but it replenishes. Yeah,
that's the only one I use actually.
Yeah.
And the alien shield.
Yeah.
Because the two one was like, no, I don't want to break it. Unless you do a perfect block, you lose stamina. So you lose stamina, but I mean you lose shield durability. But Yeah, that's the only thing. Well, when I said the game, the first gameplay, I was like, no, don't break stuff. I don't want breakable weapons and shield. But then I saw that the game, there's gonna be like a lot of weapons and a lot of shields everywhere. I'm like, okay, finally, I think it's fine.
Yeah.
But that's the thing I didn't like in Skyward Sword, that you have to upgrade everything, and well, you upgrade the shield, and you have to buy all the way again. Like you have to start again when you buy the new one because the other one breaks. But I mean, that was downside of Skyward Sword for me. I don't know, but it's still a great game. But it's totally different from Breath of the Wild. Uh, really good game. But yeah, speaking of this, what do you think of the title? Actually,
it's weird. It's not really like most other Zelda titles we've seen. You know, they're always a bit shorter and snappier, like something of something, or some like Skyward Sword, Wind Waker, nice bit of alliteration there. Ocarina of Time, quite short. And then you get Breath of the Wild, which seems a bit different, but then again, the actual game's quite different to other Zelda games. So I think having a slightly different name that reflects the open world feel of the game, I think having a slightly different name to most other Zelda games helps differentiate it even more than it already is.
yeah, I think well, it was mostly because it's focused on the concept of the game instead of just an item or story point in the game.
Yeah.
And I think I like that, because when I first saw the trailer, I was like, give me the name, give me the name. And at the end I was like, okay, we've seen the Rusted Master Sword, the flower in the title itself. I'm like, okay, what's the subtitle? What it is? I was like, Breath of the Wild. I'm like, okay, I need to process this. Why Breath of the Wild? Like, that's really weird. And then I was like, okay, that's unique, and the game seems to be unique and different from the rest. So I'm like, that's good. But I was like, okay, Breath of the Wild.
There was a cool theory I read on Reddit, I can't remember who it was, that posted it, but they said, you know the flowers we've seen surrounding the Master Sword, surrounding the Guardian, and even in the title, they say that the idea is that those flowers might be called Breath of the Wild, because breath of something, or something's breath, is quite a common name for flowers.
Oh, I didn't know about that. That's actually really interesting.
Yeah.
I've got to find that post, the theory you said. I'll look into it.
Yeah.
That's really,
so obviously there's no evidence for it, but it's a cool idea.
Yeah, it's a cool idea though. That's pretty. Oh, surprising. I didn't know about that. I love it. I like the theory. But there's also the. I think I'm not the only one, because there's other people had the problem with that. I'll always say Breath of the Wind. I don't know why.
Yeah, for the first week I was doing it the whole time.
Breath of the Wind. No, it's Breath of the Wild. But I think when we seen the Game Awards footage, I think it was in the Game Awards, like I think a year or two ago. 2015 to 2014,
it was,
right?
Yeah, December 2014.
Yeah, 2014. So when I've seen the art style, of course it was from a TV screen far away from the camera, so it wasn't the best, but the art style of this game, I think it's gorgeous. I don't know about you. I don't know if you like the art style. Or...
Oh, I love it. Wind Waker is my favourite game. So it's not a huge jump from the art style of that. Obviously, everything in it's a bit more realistically shaped. Like, for example, Link's proportions aren't weird. He doesn't have a huge head or whatever. But the actual way everything's shaded and coloured is very Wind Waker-esque, and I think that's beautiful.
Yeah, and it's cool because Nintendo said that Wind Waker was a way to make Link give Link more expressions in his face, and one of the reasons, not the only reason, but it was really easy to give him some expression. And I think in Breath of the Wild, it's still more realistic, I say. Well, when you like you said, it's like Wind Waker, but more realistic proportion. Yeah. And I know you can still get some good expression, when he's freezing.
Yeah, I was just about to say.
Cool.
when he's not wearing the quilted shirt in the mountains or whatever, and he's shivering, that's great.
That's really cool. It's really a small detail, but all those small details make it very cool. So that's
another thing I really like with Link's animation is the ragdoll effect that happens when he gets knocked down or dies.
Oh yeah.
Or if you like fall off a cliff or something. Physics. You just sort of flop. It's great.
Yeah, instead of just like ow, it's like, oh, okay, just go fly and go on the ground. You sit down.
Yeah.
And so at the same time, it's kind of I was like, when I don't remember the video, but there's a guy who actually was attacking the school face base of the Bokoblins near the starting area, and I was like, just go there, swing the sword and everything, and it just doesn't have a lot of health, so just can swing at, and you see him, Link just drop down like he just got sliced up. I'm like, oh my god. Like, looks so much more like violent than it looks like. There's no blood and everything.
It seems it doesn't reward you for just sort of rushing in and like trying to take everyone on, because that base, the one you're talking about, actually has a small like lantern or something hanging from a string, and you can shoot that lantern, it will drop and blow up barrels of dynamite or TNT or whatever and take out most of the base. So if you actually take a step back and like analyze the situation, if you know what I mean, then you get rewarded a lot more than just sort of rushing in and trying to take everyone on.
Yeah, because you will break your weapon more, and you get the risk to getting hit and die. So pretty much go and shoot your arrow, kill everybody, or kill the rest afterwards. But yeah. I'll probably just go in area, see enemies, analyze the situation. Okay, this, and just go in and bang. But yeah, I think this game is gonna be one of the best Zelda games. Well, we've seen a lot of good games before too in the Zelda series, but I think this one's gonna be like a major point in the series. I don't know, it surely is, because they're going in a totally different direction, and I don't wonder what is gonna happen for the rest of the series afterwards. I don't know if it's gonna be like it's gonna be different, or it's gonna be they're gonna go back to something else, or they're gonna go that way again.
Because we haven't really seen a change this big in the Zelda series since Ocarina of Time, and then before that, you could argue a Link to the Past was obviously a big change, and Zelda 2 had big changes, but they were sort of scrapped because they were shit. But Ocarina of Time had massive changes, and that changed literally everything about how 3D Zelda games, obviously because it was the first one, obviously, and it was making the jump from 2D to 3D, and that sort of wrote the book on how 3D Zeldas should be. And then it seems Breath of the Wild is doing something completely different. So whether other 3D Zeldas in the future will follow Breath of the Wild or follow Ocarina, or do something completely different of their by themselves, that's all up in the air. But it's an exciting time.
Yeah, it's really exciting. Well, maybe we're gonna see a Zelda pinball game. It's gonna be crazy, though that hype is gonna be big. But yeah, well, that pretty much goes around my notes, what I pretty much wrote and pretty much talk about. But I want to maybe something else. Well, first, do you have something you wanna say?
Not particularly. We covered quite a lot there, to be honest.
Yeah. Well, I want to see if you can find actually 3 words for Breath of the Wild.
3 words.
What do you say? Yeah.
Ooh.
I can start with mine if you want.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, I got freedom, unique, and amazing. I know it's pretty classic choices, but still is.
I'm gonna go for sad, scary, and naked, because you can run around shirtless.
I see, good choice.
Sad and scary because obviously the whole world's empty, which is quite sad.
Yeah.
But then it's also quite daunting. Sort of, you're on the plateau, which is relatively safe, even though relatively safe doesn't mean anything because it's still pretty full of monsters. But then you're standing if you stand on the edge of the plateau, you're looking over the whole ruined world that's full of literally who knows what. No one knows what's out there, and it could be pretty dangerous. And you're Link, you're what, like 15, 16? With only the equipment you've managed to gather on this little landscape, on this little plateau, and then you've got to jump off with a paraglider. into the unknown. I think that's one of the most exciting things about Breath of the Wild to me, is going to be making that jump.
Yeah, it's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be one of the best moments in the game. I don't know why, but it's gonna be the most memorable. But speaking of jumping and the adventure, where will you go first after the Great Plateau? Which direction?
Ooh, which way will I jump?
Yeah.
I think I'll jump towards Hyrule Castle. I'll go fight Ganon and get wrecked. Then I'll respawn, and then I'll make the proper jump, and I'll jump down southwest towards the Lost Woods, because I think that's where the Master Sword will be.
Oh yeah.
And the Lost Woods are pretty exciting either way, so I want to go see them.
Yeah, sure. I'm probably gonna go south, because I think, well, I'm gonna go south and then just progress north.
Or,
yeah, I want to explore.
Since they removed towns and NPCs from the demo, if I can see a big town from the plateau, I think I'd go there.
Yeah, sure, me too.
Because then you'd actually get some sort of ideas of what's happened, and why the world's ruined.
Yeah, I'll want to try to find more on the story as soon as I can.
Yeah, definitely.
And I'll probably go around finding towers and just activating all of them. And go for the shrines and stuff. Yeah, well, actually, thanks a lot for being here.
No worries, my pleasure, man.
So that was it, guys. Hope you enjoyed the discussion. The link to Zeltik's channel is going to be in the description below, so go subscribe to him, awesome content. And I'll see you guys next week. Take care.